I have stayed at every single one of Disneyland's hotels, and today I'm revealing which one is objectively the best. There might be some subjectiveness in there, but I'm also going to talk through all of the hotel options and reveal which one might be right for you, whether you should get booking or keep looking when it comes to each of these hotels. There are 3 official Disneyland hotels, and they are pretty pricey. So when it comes to the conversation of which one is right for you, it can be an important choice to getting your money's worth. Plus, what's the other option if you don't want to spend on these pricey Disneyland hotels? I'm covering it all. With my personal experience staying in these hotels, the knowledge of my Disney planning team with decades of experience, and reviews from folks like you over on AllEars.net, I've landed on the definitive ranking of these hotels based on their value for money, rooms, guest amenities, dining, and more. And remember, if you don't agree with these rankings, you should let us know in the comments or head over to AllEars.net to drop your review so that your experience can help other Disneyland goers have a great time when they get there. And if you want to learn more about any of the hotels I talk about today, you can check out our full hotel tour videos on the channel. We have one for each of the 3 Disneyland hotels, and they go through everything in intricate detail. Kind of a hotel tour master. It's what I do. 3 hotels might not seem like that many to choose from, but these 3 hotels are very distinctly different. In 3rd place, we have Pixar Place Hotel. This is kind of the newest hotel in Disneyland because it is recently renovated. It used to be Paradise Pier, and it is now the world's first fully Pixar-themed hotel. The tower has bright, colorful, playful design with nods to every single Pixar film so far. Now, this is the least expensive Disneyland Resort hotel, and when I tell you what least expensive is, you're gonna be mad at me. My dog just came in here carrying my shoe in her mouth. She's staring at me. Rooms at this hotel, the least expensive Disney hotel, in the $400 to $450 per night range. So you see what I mean? This is the least expensive one, but not the least expensive option I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you want to stay off property, I'm going to cover that a bit too, because I know I'm one of the people that can't afford to do $400 to $450 per night. You'll find me across the street at a Good Neighbor hotel, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Some highlights of Pixar Place Hotel include rooms with Pixar bedding, headboards, and artwork. There are fireworks views from the rooftop. There is a Pixar-themed pool with a splash pad, and a couple of good dining options like Great Maple, which is a chain with kind of upscale brunch, the Sketchpad Cafe, which is their coffee shop, great coffee here by the way, and Small Bites, which is poolside snacks. Now, this spot used to have an exclusive entrance to Disney California Adventure. Yes, exclusive park entrance. However, that entrance is leaving, and instead you'll be able to use the Grand Californian entrance directly into the park. So it's just a couple of extra steps, but you still get to use a resort guest only entrance. Now, who is this hotel for? This hotel is for families with Pixar lovers, for sure. I mean, Joe from Soul plays piano in the lobby, Bing Bong shows up at the pool, and guests who are wanting to stay on property without paying over the top prices. Yes, the prices are still expensive, but the other options are much more expensive. So if you want the on-property perks at the lowest price possible, Pixar Place will do it for you. Around the time that I'm filming this video, there's also a change coming to the perks. It used to be that hotels gave you 30-minute early entry to the Disneyland theme parks, but they've actually adjusted that, removing the 30-minute early entry and allowing instead for guests to have 1 lightning lane per guest per stay to use during their trip. Lightning lane being their skip the line offering, so you get to skip a long line. You should get booking if you want to be really close to the parks, if you have someone in your party who loves Pixar, if you want a great room and theming with that Disney feel, and if you want the Disneyland perks at the cheapest price available for staying on property. You should keep looking if you are truly balling on a budget for your Disneyland vacation. I do have an option for you. Or if you would rather your dollar go a little bit further in terms of hotel amenities. This hotel isn't that much cheaper than the other 2, and it feels dramatically different when it comes to amenities, dining, and spaces around the hotel. I'm going to interject a little personal opinion here. If I were going to splurge to stay at a Disneyland hotel, it would not be Pixar Place. For my Disney Worlders, Pixar Place feels a bit like a Disney World moderate, but it's priced similarly to the deluxes. So, you know, I do love the hotel. I don't have any complaints about it. It's just the value for money is not there. Now for an honorable mention, and really what I would rank a tie with number 1, is going to be Good Neighbor Hotels. This is more a category because Good Neighbor Hotels are the hotels that have partnered with Disneyland to be able to be booked in vacation packages. And they often offer things like shuttles to the park if they are outside of walking distance. Many of them are within walking distance of Disneyland. Some of them are even closer to the park gates than any of the official Disneyland hotels. Little caveat for my Disney Worlders, here you know that there is a massive distance difference when it comes to staying at a Good Neighbor Hotel versus a Disney World hotel, but in Disneyland, that's not the case. Many of the Good Neighbor hotels are as close or even closer to the parks than the Disneyland hotels. And these are much cheaper. I typically stay at a Good Neighbor for about $200 per night, which is much better than the Disneyland hotel prices. On top of that, there's lots of options. You can scale up and even spend $300 per night and have a little bit nicer of an experience. Now, when I say there are a lot of choices when it comes to Good Neighbor hotels, I mean it. There are 59 Good Neighbor hotels. This is a range of price points, but my recommendation when you are selecting a Good Neighbor hotel is first, if you have any sort of membership or loyalty program with one of the hotels, go with that one. If you don't have something like that to consider, the best way to pick is to find the hotel that is closest to the Disneyland Uber drop-off, Esplanade, and park entrances for the highest price that you are willing to pay. Usually that means you won't be right across the street. Those ones right across the street are a little pricier, but I stay about a block from Disneyland, super short walk. It takes me 10 minutes to get to the park gates max. And it's my favorite of the Good Neighbor hotels. It is called the Anaheim Hotel. I really like this hotel because even though it has outdoor hallways and a little bit more of like a vintage motel vibe, it is a very clean hotel with wonderful service, and it's got a mid-century modern, super colorful vibe that fits perfectly with the 1950s history of Disneyland. Plus, there's a great store, great pool, and a lot of the rooms have balconies or little patios. Of course, the real reason I stay there is because it is steps from Disneyland, but I have literally no complaints about it. I love the Anaheim Hotel. They have a loyalty program where if you do multiple stays, you get free stays, and it's a super easy walk to some incredible dining at Anaheim Garden Walk. If you do stay at a Good Neighbor, I definitely recommend venturing outside of that Disneyland bubble a bit. Your hotel might be close to the convention center, it might be close to Anaheim Garden Walk, which is a shopping and dining district, and there's tons of awesome restaurants and things to do all around Disneyland, so don't be afraid to venture out a bit, especially if you're at a Good Neighbor. Now, the catch with these is that even though they are partnered with Disneyland, you can book these hotels directly on the Disneyland website with your park tickets all in a package. I've done it. My brother and I paid about $1,800 to stay 4 nights, I believe, with 4 days of park tickets at the Anaheim Hotel. And the park tickets were park hoppers. That's not bad for vacation pricing.
Hello, this is Quincy from the past. I am currently walking back to my hotel, and I'm walking past just like a horde of people who are waiting for rideshare, and I don't have to do that because the Anaheim Hotel, I can see it from here. It's on the corner up there. And I was nervous about this because I'm leaving Oogie Boogie Bash. It's like 11:30, and I was nervous about being alone and walking back to my hotel at 11:30 p.m. And how many people were going to be there. Okay, you can go back to whatever she's talking about the Anaheim Hotel. I don't know. That's later me. I don't know her. I'm really tired. If you want to see me be weird, the Oogie Boogie Bash video is going to have it.
Thank you, Anaheim Hotel. I love you, girl. Now, Good Neighbor hotels have the great benefit of being cheaper. Many of them have the great benefit of being very, very close to Disneyland, but they don't have the perks. So you won't get that dedicated park entrance. You won't get that lightning lane. You won't get any of the special activities and celebrations that come to the hotels. No charge to room in the parks, and no preferred access to hotel dining reservations. I don't ever really miss that for the premium that is charged. I mean, it's like a $200 premium a night for those things. I'm like, I like the Disney magic, but I don't know if I $200 a night like it. So that is gonna be an honorable mention in this list because we can't technically rank the Good Neighbors, but for me, the Anaheim Hotel is my #1 pick because of the price. However, if I didn't have to consider the price, then I'd probably pick our top 2. And don't get me wrong, these are pricey, but the value for money is there. In second place, we have Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. Now this, interestingly, is Disneyland's flagship hotel. It is the most luxurious and immersive of the hotel options. It is opulent, it is a beautiful hotel with incredible amenities, and it is the most expensive typically. This hotel is inspired by historic California National Park lodges, and it has craftsman-style elegance that is absolutely stunning. I mean, the sliding doors when you walk into this resort are stained glass. It's beautiful. This one also probably has the biggest park perk in that it does have a direct entrance literally like off of a pathway of the hotel into Disney California Adventure. The hotel in many places looks out over the pathways of that theme park. So that benefit is awesome. And of the Disneyland hotels, this one makes it the easiest for you to get into DCA by walking right in from that dedicated entrance. And it's also the closest through downtown Disney to Disneyland Park. Rooms start at about $700 per night. And the suites can go up to $10,000 per night here. This is an expensive luxury hotel, but you do get expensive luxury service and offerings. For instance, there is incredible service around the hotel, and in your room, you'll find robes and slippers. One of my favorite Disneyland memories was sitting in a plush Disneyland robe, eating oatmeal. From room service. I got oatmeal from room service. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not proud. You might have caught the "and spa" in the name. That's because there is a luxury spa here called Tenaya Stone Spa with nature-inspired treatments. This hotel's got pools. It's got cabanas. It's got a fitness center. It's got shopping. The lobby has a giant theming fireplace that if you go and sit in one of the rocking chairs inside, you're in front of a regular, real fireplace. There's often a live pianist in there who plays Disney music, and it's incredible. The vibes at this hotel and the amenities are they're really up there. If you are more familiar than Disney World, you're probably thinking, oh, so like Grand Floridian? Yeah, except there are a lot of things that Disneyland hotels do that feel a bit more luxury, a bit more higher service than Disney World hotels. Like room service, which is not common in Disney World. Speaking of dining though, room service is certainly not the only option. This hotel does have the nicest restaurant in Disneyland, Napa Rose, which is currently getting a little bit of a transformation. There is also Storyteller's Cafe, which is a character buffet for some meals of the day. Character meals also a bit few and far between in Disneyland, and this has one of them. GCH Craftsman Grill is a quicker stop right by the pool with patio dining, al fresco dining. They call everything al fresco at Disneyland. Is that a California thing? And my personal favorite is Hearthstone Lounge, which is actually one of my favorite restaurants in Disneyland. This is a lounge space that does serve some smaller plates, some full plates, flatbreads, and incredible salads, and some of the best cocktails you'll find in Disneyland. This is my choice for a midday break from the theme parks. When Hearthstone Lounge opens in the afternoon, I like to pop out of the park, get some AC, use the Grand Californian lobby bathrooms, which are much better than the ones in Disneyland, and have a delicious meal and a cocktail at Hearthstone Lounge before heading back out for a night of fun. Should you get booking or should you keep looking? You should get booking if you are looking for the premium in luxury and convenience when it comes to going to Disneyland. You should also get booking if you're planning to splurge for a special occasion, or if you want to spend a good amount of your vacation at your resort. This is a great option. That said, you should keep looking if you are trying to be price conscious in any way, shape, or form. Though the value for money is more there than you might think, I still don't know that this experience is worth $700 per night. The reason Grand Californian sits where it does on this list is because its extremely high price tag makes it out of reach for many, and the standard of experience much higher than it would have to meet if the price tag were a little lower. Which might give you a hint as to why our number one landed where it did. Not to mention, even if you don't consider price, a lot of my team, Disney experts, considered this hotel to be the best Disney hotel there is, maybe anywhere. It beats any Disney World hotel for me if you take out nostalgia, and that is the Disneyland Hotel, our winner! Woo! This is the original Disney Hotel in Anaheim. It opened in 1955. That's the same year as Disneyland opened. It is absolutely steeped in nostalgia and history because of this, and it's located right at the end of downtown Disney. So though it's not quite as convenient as Grand Californian or many of the good neighbors, this spot still has a great location where it is just a quick walk through downtown Disney to get to both park entrances, or you can pop right out the back of the hotel, head through security into downtown Disney, and get on the monorail, which is about a 5-minute walk max from the hotel. And the monorail in Disneyland drops you in Tomorrowland. So that is a park entrance in and of itself. But the two things that put this hotel in number one territory are, one, the absolutely wonderful, nostalgic, classic 1950s style Disneyland theming all around the hotel, and two, the rooms start at $550 per night. That is much better than $700 per night at Grand Californian. And honestly, though the vibe is a bit more casual, the quality of amenities at Disneyland Hotel is about the same as Grand Californian. So when we're talking value for money, this one sits pretty high when it comes to splurging on your hotel. The rooms are modern but whimsical and well known for having one of the most beloved Disney hotel room details with a musical light-up headboard that plays a fireworks show over Sleeping Beauty Castle. These rooms are gorgeous. I'm a lifelong Disney fan, and by the time I had stayed in the Disneyland Hotel, I had stayed at all 25 Disney World hotels. So I'm not easily impressed by a hotel room. I was enchanted by this room. It feels so Disney, and not in a cheesy, hokey, giant cartoon characters everywhere vibe, which can be fun. That's what Pixar Place does a little bit. It feels Disney in a classic magic way. It feels Disney in the way that like Disneyland and Disney World were originally created to have this magic where you see something that you can't explain. That's how these hotel rooms feel. And also, Mickey gloves hold the lights up in the sconces in the bathroom, which is kind of creepy. So whimsical details are everywhere. I was constantly being surprised, and yet the room doesn't feel overly themed. It still feels like a luxury, plush, relaxing room. So they've walked a real line here with these room designs. A comparison I want to make is the retheme at Disney's Contemporary Resort in Disney World. They added Incredibles to this hotel, and the rooms are very Incredibles themed. I love the Incredibles and I love the Contemporary, so I really wanted to love these rooms, but they feel a bit like you've stepped into a Pottery Barn teen catalog, which I don't love. It feels upscale. My fiance and I got to stay here recently, and he likes Disney because I love it, but he's not a Disney person, and he still thought these rooms were beautiful. He maybe wasn't freaking out at the level that I was, I'll be honest, and he should. Match my energy. Not only are these some of the most iconic Disney hotel rooms in the world, this spot also has some of the most iconic Disney dining in the world, with Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. Yes, the original interactive Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar is at Disneyland Hotel. It's located right by the pool, and most of the time, when you're staying at this hotel, you can just stroll up and head on in. And they serve breakfast now. This is a tiki bar that reacts to the drinks you order. There are elements around the room that are interactive, and pretty hard to find a more fun set of bartenders. Plus, really great food. Speaking of which, connected to Trader Sam's is Tangaroa Terrace, which is kind of a pool bar, quick service, table service hybrid, and they have some awesome Hawaiian-inspired dishes there. Not to mention, one of the other very few character dining restaurants in Disneyland is here at Goofy's Kitchen. They have a great coffee shop, and there is the new Broken Spell Lounge, which is like a swanky Sleeping Beauty elegant nightlife lounge that you can go to with themed Disney drinks. So honestly, if you're like a cocktails fan, Disneyland Hotel has some awesome spots. And I'm not done with all the cool things about this hotel because the pool is monorail themed. That's incredible. When I asked my good friend AJ from Disney Food Blog, Grand Californian or Disneyland Hotel, she responded, "Are you kidding? Monorail pool." And I think we can all respect that. The other two resorts have great pool areas too, but this one is sprawling, it's multi-level, and each separate pool area feels very secluded and private, so it's relaxing, and all pools are very family friendly. It's great. Beyond that, there's actually a huge variety of room types at this hotel. They even recently built a new Disney Vacation Club tower, which did add a fitness center. So incredible, state-of-the-art brand new gym. I worked down in it. That thing is nice. With this variety of room type, you can go anywhere from the standard room with a parking lot view, which is going to have that starting rate, to having a much nicer view, or maybe you want to go with one of those Disney Vacation Club suites. Or maybe you're really and truly balling out and you end up in a signature themed suite, of which there are a couple. There's the Adventureland suite, the Big Thunder suite, the Pirate suite, and the Mickey suite. And these rooms are awesome. I mean, truly, truly, truly bucket list hotel stays. Particularly for me, the Pirates of the Caribbean suite. If you asked me, would I rather stay in the Cinderella Castle suite in Disney World or in the Pirates of the Caribbean room at the Disneyland Hotel, I'm not sure which I'd pick. That's how much this room looks amazing to me. It's incredible. Now, these suites obviously very expensive, but I love that they're there. You should get booking at the Disneyland Hotel if you want a classic Disney experience. More than any hotel in the world, this is the classic Disney experience. It has been curated over the year with Disney history seeped into it. It is the most incredible Disney theming there is, the creme de la creme, the peak Disney theming. When you go into the lobbies of these towers, there's original concept art and models from the development of Disneyland. And then the carpet in the wallpaper and the lights all it's such a cool hotel. Such a cool hotel. This one is perfect for nostalgia seekers, bucket list trips, or guests who want to feel like they're at Disneyland every single second of the trip. Which, if Disneyland is a bucket list trip for you, this is the way to do it. Now, you should keep looking if that $550 is still just too high for you. Whether that is because that's just not something that's in your price range, which is very real. Like I said, I stay at the Anaheim Hotel. Or if you would rather allocate your funds to other aspects of the trip. You'd rather skip every line and have lightning lane every day for your whole family, or you want to really ball out on some of the dining you do, or maybe Disneyland is just a stop and you're not really going to spend a ton of time at the hotel, then keep looking at one of the options we already talked about. But this one's the winner, plain and simple, because the history, the theming, the atmosphere, and the amenities make it the quintessential Disneyland stay. It might not be as technically fancy as Grand Californian. It feels a little more jeans than slacks. It captures the Disney magic in a stay that no other Disney hotel I've stayed in has. And around the world, I've stayed in about 30. So that's really saying something. That is my ranking of every Disneyland hotel from Pixar Place right up to our winner, Disneyland Hotel. Which one sounds like it would be your first choice? Go ahead and let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have experiences at any of these hotels. I'm always trying to learn more about the hotels that I am an expert in, and you sharing your personal experience could be the thing that I say that helps save somebody's vacation. So please let me know if you have any stories from any of these hotels down in the comments below. And let me know your favorite good neighbor if you're more that type like me. If you're still here, please like this video. It helps us a whole ton. And put this secret code in your comments so I know you made it all the way. Plus, please subscribe. We have a goal of hitting 500,000 subscribers, and we are in the home stretch. We upload tips from Disneyland and beyond all week because we're serious about fun. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time.